and plants and everything have been around hundreds of years, which has a history of doing good. So why we don't capitalize on that more, and why we don't do our own diligence to find out what works, is beyond me. Okay, so let's get back into aging, because all of this has to play into that. Okay, so when you believe genes cause our aging, like cause our aging outcomes, it's easy to say, oh, my grandma and grandpa lived to be 97, so you can supersize those fries and I'll be fine, right? You know what? I've talked about this, and it's basically like I'm redoing this because I get so many questions. I'm just kind of doing this whole segment over again, and it's really important, guys, how we age, what we do to choose to do aging. Accepting yourself, loving yourself the way it is. Like, I've had Botox before, like right before an important event, like a month out, and just to get rid of those crinkly lines in between my eyebrows. But I mean, I don't have any, and I haven't had any for I haven't had it for years. I mean, I'll admit, absolutely. Did I have an augmentation? A breast augmentation? Hell yeah, I did. But I got rid of all that crap either, because it doesn't define me. I don't need it. But everyone out there that chooses to do, injections for face or augmentations or butt lifts, or, that is a decision on yourself. And I'm not in any means or way to say, to ridicule or put somebody down for that, because I've tried things, but I chose not to continue because it wasn't for me. So everyone chooses to age differently, with enhancements or without them. I want to go naturally because I'm a hippie child, and I'm laid back, and I don't give two F's. I don't anymore. I don't. I mean, of course I care what I look like, and I love being pretty, and I love dressing up and wearing makeup on a photo shoot, or, for certain things. Absolutely. I like it. I like feeling pretty, however you decide. But I will tell you, and anybody that's known me my whole life, I'm basically probably 70% always plain Jane. And my husband loves me for who I am, and that's makes me even feel even better. And I love dressing up and getting sexy for him, because that's for him, and he loves me both ways. So both of these mindsets presume that our aging trajectory is predetermined by genetic code, and suggest that our choices don't matter. So, of course, genetics do play a role in health, but lifestyle choices can impact genetic expression. Like, for example, studies of dementia have shown that even those with a gene for Alzheimer's disease who exercise vigorously, like extra hard, had a decreased occurrence of the disease. So what does that tell you? What did I say about earlier about people when they're older, and what was the key thing? Moving. Just sitting sedentary and just sitting around, waking up, grabbing your phone, looking at messages, looking at the TV. I mean, I got caught up in that freaking routine during the whole freaking pandemic crap crisis thingy, right? But I'm pretty good when I start to see that happening, and I know what I need to do and to change that, because it just, everything gets convoluted, my mind turns to mush, and then I start feeling old, and I get up and my joints hurt, and it's just not a good thing to fall down that rabbit hole of just getting lethargic, trust me. So for example, as I said about dementia, you exercise more, and it has a it has had a decreased occurrence on the disease. So I'm not saying it cures it, but it sure helps to keep active. Science is in the early stages of understanding how this interaction works, but it is clear that our choices play a major role in disease prevention, long-term health, and aging well, right? So I imagine like epigenetics, like functioning as if our genes have little on-off switches. Our healthy life choices can turn on helpful genes and turn off genes that leave us vulnerable to disease. It's surely much more like complicated than it's just more complicated than this. So, but the empowering takeaway mindset is to focus less on your genes and more on your health promoting choices. You've got to pay attention to what you're doing. Listen to your body's messages. When you feel it, figure it out. What's going on there? Right? As we get older, our bones get a little less and thinner, and our blood and our skin gets thin, and hair thins, and we're aging. We're not here to stay forever. We're going to die, unfortunately. But I want to have a good time when I go, all the way through. Damn it, I'm going to have a damn good time and embrace what I have. Okay? So anyway, I just had to go off on that tangent. Let's see. So I imagine, like I used to think, like, if I thought about, like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get, and then I get sick. You know what I mean? Or if I think about it, it's a lot of it's mind over matter. Your power, the power of the mind. I've always said, I wonder how I'm gonna die. And I always said to myself, I'm gonna end up living a long, full life. I hope, but I've always pictured myself living a long, full life, and my ultimate goal would be, of course, just to die in my sleep. But I know, like, if I see things going on and people are getting sick over this, or they're gonna getting sick and they're thinking about this, or you start thinking about a certain disease, it's like you can make yourself sick. You ever heard that? It's like if my mind starts thinking, okay, I need to change this whole dynamic, like right now, because I am not going to get that. I know it sounds weird, but your mind is a pretty powerful. It is very powerful. Powerful. Yes. So that we are all aging is a given, because to stop aging is to cease living. So, but the research emphasis on how we will age is mostly up to us, like I was just saying. The research also shows that most older adults are indeed aging successfully. While they may have health challenges or, something issues, you got to have knee surgery or something, you fall down, go boom, okay. Many of these ailments can be detected early and managed with medical support and self-care. Most seniors are happy, socially connected, able-bodied, and cognitively capable. Unfortunately, culturally created ageist stereotypes obscure our perception of this optimistic reality. It's just, don't even get me started. So we usually assume that high-functioning older adults are younger than they really are. You ever meet people like that? Like, when I tell people my age, they're like, what? And I'm thinking, it's my choices, it's my environment, it's my activities, it's what I do with my brain to keep it exercising. It's all of that. But I will tell you, it's because I've kept busy my whole life. It probably has kept me 10 years looking younger. I swear by it, guys. I swear. You are how you feel, right? I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. But anyway, unfortunately, It doesn't always happen that way, but you do work, if you have that mindset and you work towards that and you keep that environment and that food and all that good stuff, I promise you, like, you try to do everything right. I mean, we're going to end up, I mean, we could have, something can happen to us. It's just because we could do everything right. I mean, I've done everything right and still there's a shitstorm sometimes. And you just ask yourself, like, God, why? Why did you do this to me? Why now? Because it's a message for me to sit down and say, why did this happen? Am I supposed to be looking over here or over here? Because it's giving me a mind check, a reality check on what I'm really supposed to be doing, right? So when anything goes wrong, I look at the situation and say, why? You know, like I was supposed to be leaving the house and all of a sudden I dropped my water bottle and it went everywhere. And I'm like, why when I need to be there in 10 minutes? It's because I needed to avoid something by leaving my driveway too early or too late or whatever. That's how I look at it. And then it's like I can overcome everything just much easier. Anyway, and that all falls in cue and point with everything else you do. Decisions, listening to a positive podcast. I quit listening to music a lot. I did. And I chose podcasts and audiobooks when I'm doing other things because I just feel like I get more out of that. I mean, music's good. Don't get me wrong. Like if I'm like, I'll be listening to Christmas music when I'm doing all my baking here soon. And, you know, stuff like that. Of course I listen to music. Or if I'm going out and going to a concert, yes. But instead of just listening to music and just listening, I mean, I want to listen to new motivation and new stuff to help trigger my brain, you know, into a better me. So there's that. Maybe there's a new way of cooking that'll help me keep healthier. All that good stuff. So anyway. Okay. So anyway, while they may, you know, all of these may have challenges, many of them are ailments and can be detected early, like I said. And we usually assume that high-functioning older adults, you know, are younger. And, I mean, like my granny, she doesn't look like she's going to be 100 years old. I mean, my God. Because she's so active, she just looks younger. And it is a real thing. It is. I swear. I'm sure some of you know people out there like that, right? So think of aging in a new way by considering chronological age as distinct from fitness age. Okay? Fitness age is usually measured by tests of cardiovascular function, like, let's see, like, especially like lung capacity, which is better, right? Which is better predictor of longevity than chronological age. So fitness age captures how well someone is aging, while chronological age is measured of time since birth. While we can't get younger in years, we can reduce our fitness age by becoming more physical active. For example, just walk more, dance more, enjoy ways. I mean, just move, right? Stretch. I mean, if you don't work out and whatever, and you're still, you know, happy with what you have, stretch. All of that is flowing through your body. That energy, everything is good. Okay, so while we can't, we can't get younger in years, so we can just help reduce our fitness age by becoming more physical, as I said. So, and then, for example, just keep running or walking or riding your bike or play that pickleball or just find ways of breathing. I don't care at any age. And whatever your ailments are, there are ways to do yoga because yoga is really great and big in breathing. And your breathing is the key as well as vitamin D or natural sunlight, right? So deep breaths, even if you do it 3 to 5 times in the morning, You get up, you stretch, you brush your teeth, whatever your routine. I have an amazing routine that I do. And then you just like in through the nose and out through your mouth. And you do that 5 times.